actors being musicians, musicians being actors, it doesn't always work out when one person from one profession tries to go the other way. However, Lauren is going to stop by the channel today and share with us 5 times it worked out really well, coming right up. Hey y'all, it is Russ from the Infectious Groove Podcast, Lauren from the Beard Owl Podcast, and together we're here on the Infectious Groove YouTube channel. And like I said in the intro, sometimes when actors try to sing, it doesn't work out well. When singers try to act, it doesn't work out well.
Right.
But like we always do on this channel, we don't do the whole, oh, they should have never tried or anything. Lauren's going to stop by and share 5 times that, and I think some of your picks are ones that people would be like, I'm not going to ever listen to that. Like somebody wouldn't listen to it because they just assume.
Right.
And so Lauren's got 5 great examples of actors who put out fantastic records. So take us through it.
Yeah, I mean, the first one was really kind of the catalyst for me wanting to put this list together in the first place, but the Blues Brothers soundtrack. Mm-hmm. So you've got Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi taking the blues very, very seriously.
Right. And it's like that's almost a further step removed. It's like not only are these actors, but these are comedians. And on top of that, in the 70s, so, you know, late 70s, early 80s. So there's a lot of things on the drawing board there that could go wrong with them trying to make music. But like, there's a reverence.
Oh, for sure. And
that's
100% Dan Aykroyd. Like, Dan Aykroyd has gone on record saying that, like, he loves the blues. He wanted to do it right.
Right.
And they got all of the people around them to do it right.
Right. Okay, so the Blues Brothers, now that might be one that people go, oh, well, yeah, we know. So what else? I think because you've got some chakras on here.
I do. Okay, this next one knocked my freaking socks off the first time that I heard it. My brother actually sent me a track off of this album and said, can you believe this is who this is? It's Joe Pesci from 2019. He's got a jazz album called Pesci, Still Singing. It's amazing.
Really?
It's one of those.
Now, this is one that
So
I would
good.
think most people, I think, would look at a Joe Pesci record and be like, no, thank you. But it's good.
Yeah. What I took to doing was I would play a song off of it for people and not tell them who it was and be like, guess who this is?
Not within the actor, what you're talking about specifically, but I've done that with a lot of artists before. I've had people flat out tell me, oh, I don't like that band, and I'll draw up a song I know they've never heard, played it, and then they're like, wow, this is great. And I'm like, yeah, this is the band you think you don't like.
Right.
Yeah. So Joe Pesci, Still Singing.
So good.
Okay, and what else do we got?
We all know Hugh Laurie from House, right? And how the character House played piano a lot on that show.
Right.
Well, Hugh Laurie put out a blues album in 2011 called Let Them Talk, and it's a really solid blues album. I mean, it's Hugh Laurie doing Hugh Laurie things, but again, it's an actor who like clearly takes the craft of acting and comedy seriously, but also taking this just as seriously and doing a really, really, really good job at it.
That's awesome. So Hugh Laurie and Let Them Talk, blues. Okay, now the next one is another one that I feel like most people would be like, no, thank you, before you even hit play. What's the next one you got?
I really felt the same way about this, too. It's Robert Downey Jr. Put out an album in 2004 called The Futurist. And now we go back in time a little bit to before Robert Downey Jr. was Iron Man. After Robert Downey Jr. had some of his like legal troubles. Indiscretions, shall we say. And he put out an album. It's exactly what you would expect from an album in 2004 by a white guy.
Coldplay-ish?
Kind of, sort of. It's like it's piano driven, all this, that, and the other. But there's some really great tracks on it, and he closes it out with the Smile.
Right.
And I like that as a nod to like his breakout movie role in Chaplin.
Absolutely.
And Robert Downey Jr. has a really like emotive singing voice, and you could tell that this is him saying like, I know I did some stuff, I'm trying to do good things now, like I need to get this out.
So we got four down, and this next one I don't know if people would be surprised by. He just has always seemed like a musical guy to me. But what's number 5?
Number 5 is Jeff Bridges' self-titled album from 2011, and this was about 2 years after his acclaimed role in Crazy Horse,
right,
where he was a musician in that. And, you know, I think I said this to you earlier. This album is exactly what you would expect a Jeff Bridges album to be. And
but in a good way.
in a really, really good way. Yeah.
Because like if you ask me what a Joe Pesci album would sound like, what I expect is not a good thing.
No.
So that's so from this you expect it to be, I would imagine, soulful.
It's soulful. It's got a little bit of blues, a little bit of country, kind of rock sort of to it.
Right.
And yeah, it's very Crazy Horse. So you can tell that he was like, oh, they liked that. I'm going to do this.
Sure, right on. So those are 5 times actors did the right thing when trying to put out music. As we always say in these videos, you know, hey, please leave a comment and whatnot. But with this one specifically, like, have you listened to any of these records? If you haven't, take a listen and let us know what you think. Or what are some of those that you really like that actors have put out that we should be taking a listen to? Because that would be awesome as well. Thank you so much for watching.